You connect your wallet, you sign a random transaction, and boom, there's $100 in your account. That's the magic of crypto airdrops. Free tokens. But in 2025, is the airdrop game still alive? Because let me tell you, the rules have changed, and if you're not adapting, you're missing out. Welcome back to Captain Altcoin, and today I want to talk about one of the few things in crypto that's still free: airdrops. I've been tracking airdrops since the early Uniswap and ENS days, and I'll be honest, back then it felt like Christmas, but now you've got to be way smarter to catch the good ones. So I'll break down the different type of airdrops, where I personally find them, which ones were actually worth it recently, and how to tell if you're about to connect your wallet to a complete scam. So, what exactly is a crypto airdrop? It's basically free crypto given to early users, testers, or supporters of a project. But not all airdrops are created equal. In fact, there are few different types and understanding them is key. There are retroactive airdrops like Arbitrum or Uniswap, where projects reward people who use their platform before a certain snapshot date. These are the big ones. I love these because you don't have to do anything shady. You just use the platform early and boom, tokens show up. Then you've got promotional airdrops. These are mostly about hype. A project launches a token and says, follow us, retweet this, join our Telegram, and we'll give you 100 tokens. It's marketing, plain and simple. Sometimes they're worth it, sometimes not. Next are community rewards or staking airdrops. Kind of like what Celestia did. You stake a certain token, and more you stake or hold, the more of the new token you'll receive when it drops. These require some capital, but they can be really lucrative. And finally, we have gas rebates. They literally refund some or all of your gas fees in their token. Not life-changing, but it's free money and worth staking if you're using the chain anyway. Now the big questions. Where do I find the good ones? Personally, I use a mix of websites, Twitter accounts, and Discord groups. First, I check airdrops.io pretty often. It's been around for years, and it's still one of the best for tracking both active and upcoming airdrops. It's not perfect. Sometimes they list low-quality projects, but it's a good starting point. Then there's DappRadar's airdrop tracker. It's more selective and I trust the listings a bit more. They usually show the requirements clearly, whether you need to stake something, use a DApp, or just sign up. Another one I started using sometimes is DeFi Llama's airdrop tabs. This one's different. It doesn't list active airdrops, but instead shows you protocols that don't have a token yet. If I see a protocol on DeFi Llama with no token and a big user base, I usually test it out with small funds. Worst case, I used an interesting DApp. Best case, I get a nice retroactive airdrop 6 months later. For Twitter, I follow people like Airdrop Detective or Airdrop Inspector and a few smaller accounts that post airdrop opportunities. A lot of them even break down exactly what to do, what chain, what wallet, what action to take. And of course, I'm in a few crypto discords where people share links and tips. Honestly, the best alpha still comes from private groups. You'd be surprised how early you can catch something just by watching what others are testing. Let's talk wins. Real ones, because even though airdrops in 2025 and 2024 haven't matched the madness of 2021, there were still a few standout moments where early users got seriously rewarded. The ZKsync airdrop in 2024 was one of the biggest in recent memory. Sure, there was drama, bot farmers and community frustration, but for those who actually used the chain early on, it paid off. I heard people made over $1,000 just for bridging to ZKsync and interacting with a few DeFi apps in late 2023. Another big one was Starknet. The team dropped their token in early 2024, and although the vesting schedule caught some people off guard, many early adopters still walked away with several hundred to a few $1,000s, especially if they were active in the ecosystem throughout 2023. And let's not forget Arbitrum. That was the airdrop that reignited everyone's airdrop hunting addiction back in 2023. If you bridged to Arbitrum, swapped tokens, or even voted in governance, you probably walked away with at least a few $100s. and in some cases several thousand. It was one of those feel-good moments in crypto where being early actually paid. Optimism also rewarded its early users. Not once, but a few times. The first airdrop happened in mid-2022 and another round hit in 2023 for active ecosystem participants. I personally got in on the second one, and it was a nice surprise to see a few $100s appear in my wallet. They also have another active airdrop now, their fifth in a row. And if you were really early, like 2020 or 2021, you probably remember the Uniswap airdrop. That's the one that started it all. Just using the DEX once got you 400 Uni tokens worth over $3,000 at peak. Still legendary. Alright, now let's talk about the dark side, the scams. In 2025, there are way more fake airdrops than real ones. And if you're not careful, you'll connect your wallet to a drainer in a second. Here's what I do. First, I never connect my main wallet. I have a separate wallet just for airdrops farming. It holds nothing valuable, no NFTs, no stables, nothing. If it gets compromised, I lose maybe $5 in gas. Second, I always check the domain name. I can't tell you how many phishing sites look like, for example, Uniswap airdrop.com or layer0.claim now XYZ. If it's not linked from the project's official Twitter or website, I don't touch it. Third, if a site wants me to import a seed phrase, it's a scam every single time. And lastly, I avoid any project that guarantees a payout just for connecting. Real airdrops happen through snapshots, tasks, or at launch, not from random pop-ups telling me I won 1000 tokens. Trust your gut. If it smells fishy, close the tab. So, are crypto airdrops still worth it in 2025? Honestly, yes. But only if you're smart about it. The free launch days are mostly gone, but if you're active, careful, and consistent, you can still stack some rewards. To me, the airdrop game is like mining. You're not guaranteed anything, but if you show up early, dig in the right places, and play it safe, you'll eventually hit something. I've made thousands from airdrops just by testing stuff I found interesting. And the best part, I would have used most of those DApps anyway. So, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, in crypto, the ones who explore always get rewarded in the long run. If you learned something new in this video or find it helpful, give it a like so others can find it too. And if you're still watching and haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that button, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.